Erin at Vibrations Yoga. Thanks for joining me for this class. Today we're going to start in a standing position. So if we want to just bring our feet right under our hips, I'm going to take a nice tall posture. And we're going to start with some breath work. We're going to clasp our hands and place them right here underneath the chin. We're going to go through a few rounds of deep breaths. We're going to keep the head facing forward. I'm going to take an inhale as you lift the elbows way up, the palms will come apart. And as you exhale, we're going to gently tilt the head back, bring the elbows down towards one another. Inhale, chin drops, elbows rise. Exhale, head gently back. You're not forcing it back, you're just rocking it back. And stay with that. Inhale, head forward, elbows lift. And exhale, elbows down, head back. Just do a few more. Don't be afraid to really lift those elbows high as you inhale. And exhale, really press them down towards one another. Let's do 2 more full breaths. Last one. Go ahead and allow the hands to come down by your sides. We're going to take a deep breath, reach up overhead. And bend the knees, exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Slight bend in the knees, rise up, deep breath. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up and back. Fold, exhale down. Lift halfway, flat spine, inhale. And fold out. Again, rise. Hands to heart, empty. Inhale, reach up and back. Fold, breath out. Take a halfway lift again, inhale. Fold and exhale. Rise up, breath in. And exhale, hands to heart. This time we're going to reach up and back. Make sure you're at the front of your mat. Take a fold. Halfway lift, inhale. I'm going to step back into a downward dog. And from this down dog, we're just going to pedal those legs out. Make sure you keep some space between the shoulder blades, so just roll the shoulders outward. Deep breaths. I'm going to take 3 breaths front to back, plank down dog. So inhale, forward, plank. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Plank again, inhale. Down dog, exhale. This time coming to plank. I'm going to modify first to allow the knees to just find the mat. We're going to have a long spine still. Exhale, chest halfway down. Inhale, lift the chest up and forward. Let's rock back to child's pose. Inhale, shift forward. Lower halfway. Inhale, press up. Heart forward. Rock back, child's. Inhale, forward again. Lower halfway. Inhale, press up. And child's pose again. Let's go ahead and send the right arm underneath the left. Just give a little rest down on that shoulder. Won't be here long. Let's go ahead and lift up through center. And send the left arm under. One more breath in and out. And we'll come back through center. Let's shift our weight forward, just meet into tabletop, hands and knees. I'm going to go through just a couple rounds of cat-cow, so big breath forward, cow. And exhale, round the spine, cat. Cow, inhale. Cat, exhale. Cow, forward. Cat. Cow again, big breath. Let's tuck our toes, down dog. Let's take a breath in and out. We're going to inhale the right leg up and back. Keep your hips right where they are. And we're just going to stay here for a couple breaths. Try and keep the weight even in your hands. Big breath in. Let's shift forward towards plank, but bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale back. Right knee, right elbow, shift forward. Back again, inhale. Shift forward, elbow. One more back. Step forward between our hands. I'm going to drop the back heel in so the foot's about 45 degrees. Reach up, warrior one. So we're going to think about giving this right hip a little nudge back so that that left hip can face forward some. You want your shoulders over your hips. We're going to reach up, breath in. Exhale, cactus arms. Let's take a breath. Exhale, press them forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Let's take a couple more breaths. Open one more time. Close forward. Reach up. Step forward to chair. So step your feet together first, then we're going to drop it back. Let's clasp our hands. Take a breath in. Going to keep our legs right where they are. Exhale, just cross over your right leg. Inhale, rise all the way up. We're going to exhale, cross over the left. Inhale, go up. Exhale, cross right. Inhale up. Cross over the left. Big breath up. Fold, exhale. Take a halfway lift. Fold. You're going to step the left foot back. Right foot to meet it, down dog. Inhale, forward, plank. Down dog, exhale. Plank. Down dog. Plank again. Down dog. Come into plank. Drop your knees, modified plank. Take another breath. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Shift forward, breath. Lower halfway. Inhale up. Child's pose. One more forward. Half. Press up. Child's pose. This time, tabletop. We're going to inhale, let's reach that right arm open. And exhale, reach it under. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Pull that belly tight. Reach up. Exhale, reach. And again, deep breath. hand to the mat. I'm going to inhale, left arm up. Exhale, under. Reach. Really squeeze as you reach under. Again. And under and out. Big breath up. Exhale, hand to the mat. Cow, inhale. Cat, exhale. Cow. Cat. Cow again. Down dog. Take a breath. Empty out. We're going to lift the left leg up. Remember to keep the hips where they are. Couple breaths. Big breath in. Shift towards that plank, but left knee to left elbow. Inhale the leg back. Knee to elbow. Back. Elbow. Take it back. Step it through warrior one. Just get your feet set up first, then reach up. This time we'll nudge that left hip back a little bit so that right hip can face forward some. I'm going to take a breath in and then exhale the arms forward. I want you to take a big breath, open wide, and then exhale, arms reach forward. Inhale, big open. Exhale, sweep forward. Open, broaden the chest. Exhale, forward. Reach open. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reach up. Look down, and we're going to step into chair. This time we're going to reach our arms forward. Take a few breaths here. I want you to really reach through the tips of your fingers. I'm going to set the weight back towards our heels. Let's inhale, just reach the arms up. Exhale, sweep them back. Reach up. Sweep back. Reach again. Sweep them back. Rise all the way up. Fold. Take a half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. I'm going to step the right foot all the way back. And down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Next inhale, plank. Down dog. Plank. Down dog. Plank again. Down dog. This time shift into your plank. You have an option to drop the knees and modify again. If you don't wish to modify, you can stay in the plank shape. On your next exhale, we're going to lower halfway for that chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra. You can either rock back to child's if you're modifying, or down dog. Inhale forward. Lower exhale. Inhale to lift. Down dog or child's. Let's do one more time. Shift forward. Lower. Breath up. Down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Let's shift forward to a plank. Go ahead, drop your right knee down. I'm going to open this left side of the body up. And you can keep the toe at the ground if you like, because we're going to float this. So really, if you turn on the side body, you can lift up out of this hand. Welcome to leave your fingers there for balance. And that toe's there for balance as well. If you feel pretty sturdy, go ahead and lift it up. You can also modify by just swiveling this lower foot out to make like a little kickstand. But a lot of the effort's going to be coming right here from your obliques. Take one more big breath. Exhale. Let's inhale, flattening the hand to the mat this time. Kick that foot back. We're going to grab that ankle, if you can. We're just going to gently pull it back towards your hiney. Now in just a moment, we're going to carefully let go and step this foot to the front of the mat. And take one more breath. Exhale, let it go. And then now step this foot all the way to the front of the mat, making sure your knee is upright over your ankle. And make sure your back foot's in line with the lower leg too. We're going to inhale, reach up. We're going to exhale, take a twist across that left leg. So you want to try and hook your elbow across that opposite thigh and use it to help twist you. If you can't quite get that elbow, then just hold on to your leg with your hands and just use it kind of like the leverage you need to twist. But you want to try to keep the chest lifted so your spine stays long. So don't just drop down here like this. Lift the chest and lengthen the spine. You're just going to try and slowly draw your hands towards the midline of your chest. A little added effort, you can curl your back toes under and extend that leg so you'd be in a twisted lunge. Take one more deep breath in. And go ahead and exhale down to plank or tabletop. And we'll eventually press back to a down dog. Take one more breath in and out. Go ahead and shift forward to a plank. This time we're going to bring the left knee down underneath the left hip. I'm going to open up the right side body. And again, you can keep those toes down at the mat because we're going to float it and start to lift up out of that hand. That leg can be up or down, you choose. Deep breaths. Take another breath in and out, and then we'll put the weight into our lower hand. Go ahead and just make sure it's under your shoulder there. We're going to kick that foot back, grab that ankle. Give it a little pull back as you press your hips gently forward. Keep breathing. Let's go ahead, carefully release, reach long. Next breath, we're going to step that right foot to the front of the mat. Making sure the right knee's upright over the ankle. Lower leg is straight behind the knee here. Let's take a reach up for a breath. We're going to exhale, twist to your right this time. Again, either hooking that elbow or just using the arms to twist you. So you choose. Deep breaths as you lift the chest, lengthen. And exhale to gently access the twist more. again, we're going to release and reach up. Oh, I forgot to give you an option to extend that leg back. Let's go ahead and just come back to that twist just for a moment. And again, you can stay in it if you had curled the toes on the other side and lifted up into that twisted lunge. Let's go ahead and do that. Take a couple breaths. If you were modifying, you're welcome to just meet in down dog. We'll be there in a moment. And if you're not already in down dog, let's make our way there, working your way through tabletop or plank. Let's pedal those legs out. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Let's inhale that right leg up and back. Hold it there, three-leg dog again. Inhale. This time shift forward, bring the right knee to your left elbow. Send it back. Left elbow. Take it back. Left elbow. Back again, one more. This time step into warrior one. Reach your way up. Check in with breath, nice deep breaths. I'm going to start reaching forward. I'm going to lift out of that back foot and take off into airplane. Keep breathing. If airplane is hard, you can just lower that back foot so it's just barely feather touching the ground. Just shining that heart forward. Let's carefully bring that knee up in front of you. Send it back to airplane again. Take a deep breath. And then step into chair. Take a full inhale. And let's twist to the right. So again, we're going to try and hook that opposite elbow across the right thigh. Weight sits back. Want to make sure just look down, make sure your feet, knees, and hips are all facing forward. You don't want them to come out of alignment. I'm going to hold this twist, ground down through that right leg, and send that left leg back, so you're in a twisted lunge. Option to drop the back knee. Take a full breath in. And exhale, release your hands down, so you're like in a runner's lunge. I want you to step that back foot forward just a bit so both feet can be flat. I'm going to be in a pyramid pose. So take about a half lift. Nudge that right hip back, left hip forward. See how those hips can swivel? So just nudge that right side back and fold again over that front leg. So we're stretching down the back of this right leg, but we want to make sure that knee has a little play in it. Don't want to lock it out. shift our weight forward. I want you to come back into airplane. Strong front leg. Take a deep breath. Release to mountain. Inhale, reach overhead. Fold, exhale. Take a halfway lift, deep breath in. Fold. Halfway lift again. And let's meet in a high plank. Let's take a full breath. Down dog. Plank. Down dog. High plank. Down dog. Let's come forward to plank. Option to modify here. Knees if you need them, we're going to lower. Inhale, chest lifts. Child's pose or down dog. Inhale, plank or modified. Exhale to lower. Inhale, heart up. Child's or down dog. One more flow forward. And lower. Lift the heart. Down dog or child's pose. We'll take a couple breaths. Big breath in. Let's all go to tabletop. Let's take a breath forward, cow. Round, exhale, cat. Cow, deep breath. Cat. Cow again. Sweat my eye. Down dog. Let's take a big breath in. Empty it out. Hips stay here, left leg back. Stay for a couple breaths. Deep breath in. Shift forward, left knee to right elbow. Inhale it back. Right elbow. Take it back. Right elbow. Back again. Warrior one. So remember, set up and then reach your arms high. Going to take those deep breaths here. Take one more breath. And exhale, reaching forward. We're going to take off into that airplane. Stay with breath. Remember, if you need to, you can just rest that back toe at the mat. And start to shift forward. Lift that knee up high. Take another breath. I'm going to step that foot down. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair. We're going to twist to the left this time. Dropping those hips. Checking in again on those knees and feet. Let's start pressing down through that left leg. I'm going to send the right leg back. So we'll be in that twisted lunge. Option to bring that back knee down. Take a breath in. And exhale. We're going to bring those hands towards the mat. I'm going to step that back foot in some, so come into pyramid, both feet flat, both legs straight. Remember, we're going to push the left hip back this time, right hip forward a little bit. Give yourself a little halfway lift. And we'll fold deeper when you're ready. Remember not to lock this knee out. We don't want to hyperextend, but just get a nice stretch down that leg. Go ahead and just shift our weight forward and step into a fold. Think about a half lift, pressing into those shins, lengthen the back. And then fold again. And as you come into this fold, maybe grab behind your legs and just nudge yourself a little tighter. Also an option, you can grab your peace fingers around those big toes and pull yourself down, letting the elbows bow out to the sides. Let go of that head. Let's take about a half lift up, inhale. And fold again, exhale. Let's rise all the way up. Deep breath in. And exhale, hands to heart. I want you to take your feet out about mat width. My mat's kind of wide, so. But we're just going to take a little wide leg fold. Let's take a breath, reach up. And you're going to kind of swan dive into this. Make sure your knees aren't locked out. Nice flat back. Now I want you to take about a halfway lift up. And take your right hand over towards the left ankle or maybe the shin somewhere. Don't swivel your legs here. I'm going to keep that still. Reach the left side up. Take a breath. Then exhale that hand down. We'll reach it over towards the right leg and reach that right side up. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Next exhale, bring it down. And just swivel your feet so they outturn about 45 degrees. You're going to drop those hips down into a deep squat. The distance of your legs might need to be adjusted. If you need a little extra support, you can fold your mat up and curl it underneath your heels if you can't put your feet flat. I want you to see if you can lengthen the spine upwards. Bring your hands in towards your chest and use your elbows to gently pry those knees out. You can wiggle around a little bit. Lifting off these heels, kind of finding a way for you to settle in. I want you to just kind of relax, dropping that tailbone down, lifting the heart up. So a couple deep breaths here. Take a full breath in, big breath out. Let's get strong in those legs, go all the way up. And then exhale the arms down, go ahead and aim your feet forward. It's gonna come into one more balancing pose. We're just gonna go into a tree. So ground down through a leg, either side's fine. You're gonna place a foot. If you need a little kickstand, just bring a toe to the mat. You can bring that foot anywhere along your leg, just don't push on your knee joint. And the goal for me, I don't think it's important to see how high you can get this foot. If you want to put it way up here, you can. But really, I feel it's more important to try to get an opening in his hip. So if we want to try and get that knee out to the side, so that hip can open. And you can create a little more action by pressing your leg into your foot and your foot back into your leg. Bring some thought to your standing hip. Make sure you're not leaning into it. You want to pull the body up nice and tall. And just take your arms wherever you want to go. Reach them up and out. Be down by your sides to your tree. And take some deep breaths. Keep breathing. Let's take one more big breath in and out. Go ahead, aim that knee forward, and then let the hands and that foot come down. And just wiggle your legs out a little bit. And we'll make our way to the other side. So again, just don't push on that knee joint. Just finding a place above or below the knee where you can press that foot into your leg. And take that knee out nice and wide so we can open up in the hip. Tall body, deep breaths. Again, you can press that foot into your leg and your leg back into your foot, just for a little added effort. Just witness the breath. Another deep breath in and out. And start to aim that knee forward and go ahead and release down. Now we're going to come down to a seat. I'm going to try not to use the hands. So if you need the hands, use them. We're going to see if we can just kind of cross those ankles and lower our weight down to the mat. And once you get there, I'm just going to go right into some stretches here, seated. So first we'll take our legs nice and wide. And let's just take a wide leg fold right here. Then just doing some nice stretching down the back of the legs. Just take a breath, reach up. And then exhale, folding right down the center, moving from your hips. You might rest the forearms first. Pebble. We'll go ahead and work our way up here. I'm going to have you bring the soles of your feet together. Sorry, that was really slow. I'm going to sit up tall. And we're going to take a fold here as well. So again, trying to keep the back long. Inhale to lengthen. I'm going to exhale, drawing the chest forward. And slowly folding over. You might wrap your hands around the feet here and just guide yourself down. Just stay with your body here, trying not to let your thoughts wander. Just notice how you are in holding. And we'll sit it up tall. Let's go ahead and make our way into half pigeon. So we're going to leave your right leg forward and send the left leg back. If you need to, you can leave the left leg out to the side with the knee bent. And then fold forward over that front leg. It's not my preferred method. You can also go into reclined pigeon, or just go ahead and take that leg straight back behind you. And you can look back, make sure that it's nice and long. And scoot your way in. And try not to drop your hips over to either side. You want to be upright. And then fold over that front leg as you can. If you're able to fully lay over that leg, you can take your left arm here and thread it under. So then you can also stretch across this left shoulder. Let's take a few more breaths, just trying to ease into those tense places. If you're resting down on that arm, go ahead and lift up and bring it back through to center. I'm going to switch over to the other side so you can lift up. And do a plank or down dog, and just switch sides here. If you're in reclined pigeon, and just switch sides there. Again, trying to keep the hips in line with one another, not rocking to either side. Take a breath in to lengthen. Quick peek back, make sure that leg's long. And exhale your way down. If flexibility allows, you can thread that right arm under this time. Remembering to breathe. If you threaded that arm, go ahead and lift up. We'll bring it back to center. We'll just take a little press up and swing that back leg around. And we're going to go down to our back. Let's take a happy baby. So hips, knees, and feet open wide. And add a little rock side to side if it feels good for you. Let's take those knees into your chest for a little squeeze. Go ahead and drop them to either side, coming into a twist. And just try and relax. Don't hold your breath. Let go of tension in your body. Let's make our way back to center. Hug those knees in a little bit. And we'll drop them over to the other side. And we'll bring the knees back to center again. Just give your knees one big squeeze, drawing your forehead up towards your knees. And go ahead and release all the way down for your Shavasana. And while you're laying in your Shavasana today, take some time to recognize some of your strengths. I often say in class how we tend to focus on the things that we can't do or the things that we're struggling with. But give yourself some credit. Just kind of traveling back through your practice or any other area of your life and just see if you can just identify those places where you're strong, where you're brave, where you're full of love and light. This is the time to focus on positive things and your strengths. I'm going to allow you to just be in the Shavasana as long as you'd like today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.